Good evening. This is the tutorial for the bomber site. It should be fairly easy. I'm going to link all the resources inside of the description. First, you're going to start with going to customdesktoplogo.wikidot.com/download. You're just going to click this right here, 2.2. Okay. Then you're going to go into your files. Then you're going to right-click it, extract all. I'm using Windows 11, by the way, but um, I mean, it should be pretty straightforward process on Windows 10 as well. You just right click it and you extract it. Okay, so now we have our custom desktop logo V2.2. What you're now going to want to do is double click this. Let's double click it now. It'll take about maybe 20 seconds for the logo to show. It just has a delay there. Okay, so you can see that a Coca-Cola logo has popped up in the bottom right of our screen. Um, we're going to go fix that. We're going to go to System, Images, Coca-Cola. Now, you don't really have to mess with any of this stuff. If you want, you can. But I am going to I'm just going to mess with this and this only. Coca-Cola, you're just going to delete it. Or you can do whatever you want with it. I don't really care. But what's important is then now you're going to go into this right here. You're going to save image as. I'm going to put in my downloads because that's what I want to do. You're going to save it. Now we're going to open up go in our downloads folder. So I guess open up refresh downloads. Okay, Bomber Site 1, move to Coca-Cola. Okay, it's not going to update inside of it. So go to Task Manager, scroll down and find custom desktop logo, just end it. Okay, now we're going to close that out. We don't need it anymore. Go back to custom desktop logo or the other one and just double click it again. Then we're going to wait. Cool. Okay, you'll see that the bomber site is not exactly where it needs to be. There's a few ways you can change this. The first way, well, I'll show you the easier way actually. Simply right click this, go into settings, location, center. There you go. It's pretty easy actually. Huh. There we go. Make sure those are both 0 because it needs to be centered. X 0 and Y 0. It'll sneak up on you, but that Y is going to be -30 when you download it, so make sure that is set to 0. Center a topmost that needs to be topmost. If not, then it's not going to be in the front. And I'd imagine that this displays it on multiple monitors. So there you go. Really, that's it. Now you have it. Before we use it, if you want to turn it off, unfortunately, there is no keybind system. However, you can just simply right-click it and hide logo. Right-click it, hide logo, and there's back. So, yeah. Now we're going to test it inside of the game. So I'm going to go to Harbor, Large Bomber. I would recommend using a large bomber for this because I think the large bomber goes at 90 studs per second, while the normal bomber, I like to call it a fighter, just goes 100. So do pay attention here because I'm going to be showing you how to use this. So you're going to want to scroll down up to this point. You're going to want to take your mouse and you're going to want to put it right on this notch here. Press E, boom. The reason for this is because it's just about perfect. So you can go 90 degrees up, just like that. Look at that. It's pretty centered. I mean, it's a little off, I suppose, but you can always do that again, and there you go. So let's do this at 20 feel high, otherwise 3,000 studs. Sorry, 4,000 studs. So you're going to want to center as good as you can with the plane, probably something like this. And then try and center it with the island. Okay, so we're 20 feel high. Now we're going to center the center line with the island as best as we can, make sure we're good there. If not, you can always mess with these little notches here to angle yourself properly. But because we're at 20 fill, we're going to be using this line here. And when that line hits the island, that's when you release your bombs. So we should be good now. I'll show you too. It's going to hit. Look at that. Like last time, just press E, click that little notch. And if it's off center, you can always do that again. So I would always recommend lining it up like this before you get too high. So that way you don't have to worry about any inaccuracies when you're higher up. So then all you got to do is just, yeah, that's about right. So we're going to do this at 30 feel now. You can see that I kind of centered myself using those little notches. It's quite helpful. So 30 feel, which is a little pretty much center of our empennage, and release. Boom, look at that. Perfect. Right on target, too. All right, we're going to go up to 40 feel now. It's pretty high. Okay, 40 feel high or 8,000 studs. We're a little off center, actually. I'm going to fix that, or I can't. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Nice. All right. So our line is going to be just behind the tail of the plane. And drop. I'll show you this will hit too. Right on center again. So we're going up to 50 feel now. Again, especially now you want to make sure you're centered here, because if not, then just you don't want any inaccuracies, especially at this height, because we're going to be going 10,000 studs high. Okay, 50 feel high. This is really high. Oh boy, I'm not centered. Okay, there we go. All right. This is the very bottommost line. It might be pretty difficult to bomb from this height, but here we go. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh man, right on center again. That's how good this bomber sight is. So yeah, that's mostly it. There's not really much else to it. I might be updating it every now and then. If I do, then I don't think I'll make another video on it, but I'll definitely edit the description and tell you what I changed on it, so you know how to use it. And yeah, that's mostly it. I know I didn't test the 10 or 15 feel in the video, but the higher you are, the less margin of error is tolerable. So, I mean, the 10 and 15 feel really, it's the same premise as using 20, 30, 40, or 50, except you're way closer to the island. So it's going to be pretty hard to miss. But there you go. That's the bomber sight. Enjoy and have fun.